Everyone wants a home of their own, and everyone wants to stay as independent as possible as they go through life. One idea that people are seeing more and more of is universal design. Modifications or construction that make it possible for the homeowner to stay in their home as they grow older. By their very nature, the principles of universal design are simple and benefit everyone.
There probably is not a room in the house that can't be modified to, some simple things that, tend to slip our mind. The door handles, I think that's one area that's become almost commonplace now, and I think most people actually prefer the lever type door handles because they're easier for everybody. If you're coming in the house with your arms full of groceries, you can activate that door handle with your elbow instead of having to get your hand loose to turn a round knob.
And generally, once people understand the concepts, understand the value of it, they're very accepting of it. They want it. It's just that they're not used to seeing it. So I think you're now having people are becoming more aware of these concepts under various number of names. We call it universal design. A lot of people call it aging in place and design for the lifetime. You'll hear words like that, or livability, or easy living. So you see those terms in marketing and so forth, and they're starting to mean something to people because people want that convenience and they want that choice and flexibility in their lives.
Three main features of universal design are an entryway with no steps, wide doorways, and a first floor bathroom with a wide door. The purpose is to make the home usable by people of all ages, sizes, and abilities. Debbie and Kevin Layton wanted to include universal design in their home so that all members of the family could be comfortable for years to come.
Overall, it's more open space, and we just find it easier for ourselves, and everybody else that comes here thinks, well, we'd like to have something like this.
Yeah, my mother had surgery, and during the holidays she's like, well, the only house I can get around in is yours, so could you have Christmas dinner? So I'm like, okay.
Rex Pace has worked with architects and builders across the United States.
I think there's several factors that are moving the concept along in the real estate market, in the housing industry. One is a desire of a lot of people to remain in their homes as long as they can. They see the value of having these features included and having the choice to stay in their homes longer, and that's what most people prefer to do. Also, there's a lot of interest in it from the active senior housing market, in the retiree second home. You see a lot of concern in certain affordable housing producers like Habitat for Humanity, and they see the needs out there for accessibility and the needs for the aging issues. A builder who wants to distinguish himself from the crowd, and a lot of builders have taken on the universal design concept, is because they want people to remember who they are. There's a lot of people in the Yellow Pages, and they want to find a way to stand out.
Many people think universal design will add a lot of cost to their home. The key to keeping costs down is planning. As a home builder, Steve Toll has learned from his experience.
When you're building from the beginning, from scratch, it's not going to make any difference in the price because it's just relocating things, or it's designing the layout, the basic structure differently. And increasing doorways, making a door 36 inches wide versus 30 inches cost $5. That's all the difference in the cost of the door is $5. And it doesn't cost any more in labor to frame the opening, doesn't take any more material.
As the population ages, the demand for accessible housing is going to increase.
The changing real estate market is creating changes in home building too. Mark Pivar is a home builder.
A lot of times if someone's living in a house and they're relocating, or they're going to put their house on the market to buy a new one, it doesn't matter if their house is accessible. And the answer is yes, I know it does. It's very hard to find homes, existing homes, resale homes that are accessible. It's very, very hard. So to have that and to put it down in the multi-list, to advertise that truthfully as a part of what you have is a big asset. It's going to get a lot of people who are out there just dying to buy a home that has accessibility.
Research shows that almost all people over the age of 50 would prefer to remain in their current home. But aspects of an existing home may not be very user-friendly as time goes by.
So a house is a product, and its function is a place where people can live with some modicum of comfort. As soon as someone is in their 50s, that, they've seen things happen.
What happens if you have, some type of surgery?
My wife had her other knee replaced. I had a sciatic problem that prevented me from walking, that we had to do something to the house if we wanted to stay there.
Tony Horseman and his wife remodeled their home.
We changed the powder room, the laundry room, the kitchen, and the dining room. All of that allowed us to stay in the house. It is a very, very relaxed living.
We've been building in spaces for a while. We can back up and say, hey, there are better ways we can do this than the way we have been doing it.
Universal design features are convenient, they save time, and they promote independence.
All the features of accessibility will improve your lifestyle. A house that's truly meets a universal design criteria is better for everyone because it improves the quality of life for each individual living in that home or visiting that home.
The house adapts to you. You don't adapt to the house.
I think most of us would love to be able to stay in our own homes as long as we possibly can. And if we design those homes better, they're going to be there for us when we need them.
It's a step in the direction of having homes be inclusive to everybody.
When we moved from our other home here, just bringing in the furniture, friends would help you move, and they're like, wow, this is great.
Yeah. It's just an easy home to live in. Things are convenient, and it's just comfortable.
For more information, contact the Delaware Developmental Disabilities Council or the Accessible Housing Coalition.